All right, this lesson is going to be really important because it's the core of how we want to be responding to all the prompts, all the questions in physics. And it's this idea of what we want to include in our responses, which are, as you can see here, a claim, some evidence, and our reasoning. So let's jump into talking about what those are. So the claim, this is the actual answer or prediction that responds directly to the prompt. So if I say, after 30 seconds, where do you expect the ball to be? You will give me a location. You'll say, I expect the ball to be on the ground or still in the air, whatever it is. So this is for when you're writing a text-based response or you're giving an explanation. We want to use this. So the first piece is actually answering or responding to whatever the prompt is. Next, we want to include evidence, and this is a fact or assumption about the situation from the problem. So this might be something like when the object is going to be affected by gravity. It's going to be in free fall. You don't necessarily know what these things mean, but it's something we can assume about the situation because of what they said, or something they tell us. Like they might say, the ball strikes the wall and it undergoes a perfectly elastic collision. Don't worry what that means, just that's something that is given in the problem. So that's our evidence. So we need to make a claim. We need to cite whatever evidence makes us believe that claim. And then here's a really key part. We need to have our reasoning, which is an equation or physics concept that links the evidence to the result, to the claim. So all three of these are important. We need to give the answer to the question. We need to identify how we know, what is it about the situation that makes us believe that's the answer. And then we need to use physics to kind of connect those two. So we're going to use some fact or some equation from physics. And this is a little hard maybe to see here, so I'm going to give you an example in a non-physics context. So for example, a student says they celebrated their birthday 4 weeks ago. What month is their birthday in? And then we can assume that it's currently the middle of September. So if you're watching this in the middle of September, you can just read the question as is. If you're watching it some other time, because of what I'm going to explain, assume it's the middle of September. So here is a kind of good answer that uses this framework that we're going to use for physics. Obviously, it's not going to talk about physics, but that reasoning will be, some known fact about the world that kind of helps us to explain it. So, the student's birthday must be in August. We know that each month is about 4 weeks long, and that September comes after August. So if we go back 4 weeks, that takes us into the previous month of August. So if you look here, the student's birthday must be in August. That is a claim. That's answering the question. We know that each month is about 4 weeks and that September comes after August. This is our reasoning. Because this is some sort of fact about the world that we can use to answer the question. The month is 4 weeks long. The September comes after August. Those are like true facts that we can connect to our question. So if we go back 4 weeks, that takes us into the previous month of August. So this is our evidence. And it's phrased a little weird, and sometimes, like I said, like we'll see, there's some blurring here. But what we're actually using as evidence is that we're going back 4 weeks and previous month, which is tying to the current month being September. So this is our evidence that we know it's September and that the birthday happened 4 weeks ago. Our reasoning is we know that 4 weeks is about a month, so we need to go back to the previous month. And that leads to our claim that the birthday is in August. We can see a second example, same question here, but it's in a different order. So it doesn't need to always go claim, evidence, reasoning. Before you did see that we have claim, reasoning, evidence, but now we can also see it as if we start here, a month is about 4 to 5 weeks long and September comes after August. This is our reasoning. These are facts that are not dependent on the question, or these are ideas that are not dependent on the questioning. So this is our reasoning. This means that 4 weeks ago would be in the middle of the previous month. This is one that's kind of blurry because this is more of a logical statement, but it's hinting at that idea of kind of what's in the problem, which is what month it is now. And then our claim is that the birthday must have been in August. So you can see this is one that's not quite super concrete as far as like each sentence is its own piece, but you can see all of that there. We've got a claim, when the birthday is. We've got how we know when that birthday is based on what's in the problem, i.e. that we're going back a month from September. And then we've got our kind of facts that exist from kind of physics that's connecting the two. So that's what I want you to be thinking about, is all of those pieces, and make sure if you write a response, you include those in your answer.